I wanted to taste a Vada Pav which was out in the street. I think a roadside stall Vada Pav hits you very differently. You open nododa? Helper illa?
Helper bada sir. Nange agutilla.
What I like here is the fact that the casing of that batata vada isn't too thick. With the slightest of pressure, it quickly cracks open to offer a glimpse of that potato inside, and that potato is stained green with the green chilli paste. Hi folks, this is Kripal Amanna, Gourmet on the road. Well, the one thing that happens when you're traveling a fair bit is that you start missing some of your local dishes. And that's exactly what's happening to me ever since I returned from my travels. You would have seen an episode recently where I fulfilled my craving for an idli, and today I felt like a Vada Pav. But I didn't know which Vada Pav to taste, and I wanted to taste a Vada Pav which was out in the street. I think a roadside stall Vada Pav hits you very differently. So I put out a question on Twitter and I got a bunch of responses. So from all the responses and suggestions that we received from our friendly food lovers on Twitter, I've zeroed in on a roadside stall here in BTM 2nd State South Bengaluru, and that's where we're going to satisfy our Vada Pav craving today. Let's go. And there's a lovely park here, so I guess you can also get some of your Vada Pavs and savor it in this park. Namaskara. Ready there, Vada Pav? ನಿಮ್ಮ ಹೆಸರೇನು? ಕಮಲೇಶ್. ಈಗ ರೆಡಿ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀರಾ? ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಲೇಟ್ ಆಯಿತು. ಎಷ್ಟು ವರ್ಷದಿಂದ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀರಾ? 13 years. 2009 ನೀವೇ ಸ್ಟಾರ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದಾ?
ನಮ್ಮ ಡ್ಯಾಡಿ ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಮುಂಬೈ ಹೋಗಿದ್ರು. ವಯಸ್ಸಲ್ಲೇ ಮಾಡಿಬಿಟ್ಟು ಹೋಗಿದ್ರು. ಅಲ್ಲೇ ಸ್ಟಡೀಸ್ ಎಲ್ಲ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಂಡು ಅಲ್ಲೇ ಬಿಸ್ನೆಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಂಡು ಮುಂಬೈಲಿದ್ರು. ಆಮೇಲೆ 1976 ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಅವ್ರಿಗೆ ಮದುವೆ ಆಗಿರಲಿಲ್ಲ. ಅವಾಗ ಬ್ಯಾಂಗ್ಳೂರ್ ಬಂದರು. ಚಿಕ್ಕಪೇಟೆಲ್ಲಿ ನಮ್ದು ಇನ್ನೊಂದು ಅಂಗಡಿ ಇದೆ, ಸ್ಯಾಂಡ್ವಿಚ್ ಅಂಗಡಿ, ಮುಂಬೈ ಸ್ಯಾಂಡ್ವಿಚ್. ಅದು ತುಂಬಾ ಫೇಮಸ್. 50 years ಆಯ್ತು ಓಲ್ಡ್. ಅದು ಇನ್ನೂ ಇದೆ.
ಏನು ಹೆಸರು ಅದು?
ಮಾಡರ್ನ್ ಸ್ಯಾಂಡ್ವಿಚ್ ಸ್ಟಾಲ್.
ಮಾಡರ್ನ್ ಸ್ಯಾಂಡ್ವಿಚ್. ಅದು ಯಾರು ನಡೆಸ್ತಾರೆ?
ಅದೇ ಬ್ರದರ್. ನಮ್ಮ ಡ್ಯಾಡಿ ಬಂದ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು ಡೈಮಂಡ್ಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ, ಬರ್ ಸ್ಟೋನ್ಸ್, ಜೆಮ್ಸು ಅದು ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ. ನಮ್ಮ ಬ್ರದರ್ ಇವಾಗ ಸ್ಯಾಂಡ್ವಿಚ್ ಅಂಗಡಿ ಅವ್ರು ನೋಡ್ಕೊತಿದ್ದಾರೆ.
ಸೊ ನಿಮ್ಮದು ಟ್ರೈನಿಂಗ್ ಎಲ್ಲ ತಂದೆಯಿಂದ?
ಹೌದು ಸರ್, ತಂದೆಯಿಂದ.
ವಂಡರ್ಫುಲ್. ಸೊ ಏನು ಸ್ಪೆಷಲ್ ಇರುತ್ತೆ ಆಲೂ ಅಲ್ಲಿ?
ಅಲ್ಲಿ ನಮ್ದು ಓನ್ ಪ್ರಿಪರೇಷನ್, ಮಸಾಲಾಸ್, ಇಂಗ್ರೀಡಿಯೆಂಟ್ಸು, ಆಲೂ ಬಾಯ್ಲ್ ಮಾಡಿ ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಜೀರಾ ಅದು ಇದೆಲ್ಲ ಓನ್ ರೆಸಿಪಿ. ಇದರಲ್ಲಿ ಗ್ರೀನ್ ಚಿಲ್ಲಿ ಹಾಕ್ತೀರಾ? ಗ್ರೀನ್ ಚಿಲ್ಲಿ ಚಟ್ನಿ, ಅದು ಚಟ್ನಿ ಹಾಕ್ತೀರಾ? ಗ್ರೈಂಡ್ ಮಾಡಿ. ಗುಡ್. Batata vada is also one where there is some green chili that is ground and that goes into the potatoes. That's very important for a Mumbai Vada Pav. ಸೊ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಏನು ಪಾಪ್ಯುಲರ್ ಏನು ನಿಮ್ಮ ಕಡೆ? ವಡಾ ಪಾವ್ ನಂದು ಅದೇ ಫೇಮಸ್ ಒಂದು
ವಡಾ ಪಾವ್.
ಇನ್ನು ಬ್ರೆಡ್ ಪಕೋಡ ಮಾಡ್ತೀನಿ. ಅದು ಬ್ರೆಡ್ ಪಕೋಡ ಮಂಡೇ ಟು ಫ್ರೈಡೆ ಮಾತ್ರ. ಸಾಟರ್ಡೆ ಸಂಡೇ ನಾಟ್ ಅವೈಲೇಬಲ್, ಯಾಕಂದ್ರೆ ಸಾಟರ್ಡೆ ಸಂಡೇ ಫುಲ್ ರಶ್ ಆಗ್ತಾರ, ಒಂದಿನ ಕೊಡಕ್ಕಾಗಲ್ಲ.
ಸೊ ಇವತ್ತು ಇದೆಯಾ ಬ್ರೆಡ್ ಪಕೋಡ?
ಇದೆ. ವಡಾ ಪಾವ್ ಇದೆ, ಬ್ರೆಡ್ ಪಕೋಡ ಇದೆ, ನಾರ್ಮಲ್ ವಡಾ ಪಾವ್, ಬಟರ್ ವಡಾ ಪಾವ್, ಚೀಸ್ ವಡಾ ಪಾವ್.
ಬಟ್ ಐ ಥಿಂಕ್ ಐ ಆಮ್ ಗೋಯಿಂಗ್ ಟು ಮೇಕ್ ಅ ಬಿಗಿನಿಂಗ್ ವಿತ್ ದ ಪ್ಲೇನ್ ವಡಾ ಪಾವ್. ನನಗೆ ಶುರು ಪ್ಲೇನ್ ವಡಾ ಪಾವ್ ಕೊಡಿ ನೀವು. I like the way he's organized. He's got his paper trays there, he's got some tissues here. ನೀವು ಒಬ್ಬರೇ ನೋಡೋದಾ? ಹೆಲ್ಪರ್ ಇಲ್ಲ?
ಹೆಲ್ಪರ್ ಬೇಡ ಸರ್, ನನಗೆ ಆಗುತ್ತಿಲ್ಲ.
I like it. He says I can do everything myself. ಟಿಪಿಕಲ್ ವಡಾ ಪಾವ್, ಯು ನೀಡ್ ದಟ್ ಲವಂಗಿ ಹೇಳ್ತಾರಲ್ಲ ಅದಕ್ಕೆ. ಇದು ಯಾವುದು ಚಿಲ್ಲಿ? ಇದು ಚಿತ್ರದುರ್ಗದ. ಖಾರ ಕಡಿಮೆ ಇರುತ್ತೆ, ಮಾತ್ರ ಮಹಾರಾಷ್ಟ್ರ ಎಲ್ಲ ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಖಾರ ಇರುತ್ತೆ. ಇದನ್ನ ಕಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀರಾ?
ಕಟ್ ಮಾಡಿ ಇವಾಗ ಫ್ರೈ ಮಾಡಿ ಸಾಲ್ಟು ಆ್ಯಡ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು. 13 ಇಯರ್ಸಿಂದ ಸನ್ರಿಚ್ ರಿಫೈನ್ ಸನ್ಫ್ಲವರ್ ಇದೆ. ಬೇರೆ ಥರ ಪಾಮ್ ಆಯಿಲ್ ಅದೆಲ್ಲ ನೋ.
So, bari sunflower oil, no palm.
ನೋ ಪಾಮ್.
I think that's a good thing when you have somebody who's very focused on the quality of ingredients. ಈ ಚೂರ ನೀವು ಹಾಕಲ್ಲವ ವಡಾ ಪಾವ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ?
ಹಾಕಲ್ಲ. ಅದು ಎಷ್ಟು ವಡಾ ಬೇಕಾದ್ರೆ ಬರುತ್ತಲ್ಲ, ಲೈಕ್ ಮಾಡೋರಿಗೆ ಭಯ ಥೋड़ा ಚೂರ ಡಾಲೋ ಅಂತ.
Thoda chura dalo, fantastic. Because if you have the vada pav in Pune and those sides, you'll always have a bit of chura. So a good vada pav is also about texture. So you want the soft, creamy texture of the potatoes, and you want a bit of crunch. That's where the pearls of batter that float to the surface of the oil as that batata vada is frying. That's where that comes into play. Idralli ಏನಿದೆ ನಿಮ್ದು ಬ್ಯಾಟರ್ ನಲ್ಲಿ?
ಕಡಲೆ ಹಿಟ್ಟು ಮತ್ತೆ ಸಾಲ್ಟ್,
ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಅಕ್ಕಿ ಹಿಟ್ಟು ಹಾಕ್ತೀರಾ?
ಅದೆಲ್ಲ ಆಲ್ರೆಡಿ ಮಿಕ್ಸ್ ಆಗಿರ್ತದೆ. ಆಮೇಲೆ ಸಾಲ್ಟ್, ಬೇಕಿಂಗ್ ಸೋಡಾ ಅದೆಲ್ಲ ಯೂಸ್.
Hi, how are you? I'm doing well. ಇದೇನು ಲಸನ್ ಚಟ್ನಿ?
ರೆಡ್ ಚಟ್ನಿ,
ಗಾರ್ಲಿಕ್
ಪೌಡರ್, ಡ್ರೈ ಪೌಡರ್.
ಇದೇನು?
ಅದು ಆನಿಯನ್, ಗಾರ್ಲಿಕ್, ರೆಡ್ ಚಿಲ್ಲಿ, ಅದು
ಸೊ
ಪೌಡರ್.
ಅದೆರಡು ಚಟ್ನಿ ಹಾಕ್ತೀರಾ? ಸೊ ಚಟ್ನಿಯಲ್ಲಿ ಮನೆಯಲ್ಲಿ ಮಾಡ್ತೀರಾ?
ಮನೆಯಲ್ಲೇ ಮಾಡ್ತೀರಿ.
ಓಕೆ, ಸೊ ನನಗೆ ಪ್ಲೇನ್ ವಡಾ ಪಾವ್ ಮಾಡಿ. ಪ್ಲೇನ್ ವಡಾ ಪಾವ್, ನೋ ಆನಿಯನ್ಸ್, and one mirchi. Fantastic. We made a start. Modern Vada Pav Center run by a one-man army, Kamlesh. I like the look of this Vada Pav. The pav seems to be the authentic Ladhi pav. There's some chutney in there, the kanda lasan chutney, and there's also a red chutney that he has smeared inside, which is looking interesting, but not something that you typically would expect to find. And then of course there's the chili. What I like here is the fact that the casing of that batata vada isn't too thick. With the slightest of pressure, it quickly cracks open to offer a glimpse of that potato inside, and that potato is stained green with the green chilli paste. That certainly is a vada pav that hits you with a bit of a spicy punch. So much spicy ಇದೆಯಲ್ಲ ನಿಮ್ಮ ಚಟ್ನಿ. ಕೆಂಪು ಚಟ್ನಿಯಲ್ಲಿ ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ? ಹಲೋ, ಯು ವಾಚ್ ಮೀ, ಥ್ಯಾಂಕ್ ಯು. ನಿಮ್ಮದು ಕೆಂಪು ಚಟ್ನಿಯಲ್ಲಿ ಏನು ಹಾಕ್ತೀರಾ?
ರೆಡ್ ಚಿಲ್ಲಿ, ಗಾರ್ಲಿಕ್,
ಲೈಮ್ ಹಾಕ್ತೀರಾ. ಸೊ ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಸಾರು ಇದೆ ಅದು ಚಟ್ನಿ. ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಚಟ್ನಿ ಸೈಡ್ನಲ್ಲಿ ಹಾಕ್ತೀರಾ? ಐ ಥಿಂಕ್ ದಿ ಎಕ್ಸ್ ಫ್ಯಾಕ್ಟರ್ ಹಿಯರ್ ಇಸ್ ಸರ್ಟನ್ಲಿ ದಟ್ ಚಟ್ನಿ. ಆ ಚಟ್ನಿ ಸಖತ್ ಖಾರ ಇದೆ. There's a fair bit of the chili heat that I'm tasting there, and also the sourness. I thought there would be some tamarind, but he says there's some lemon that goes into it, along with garlic and a whole bunch of other ingredients. So if you like your vada pav nice and spicy, this chutney certainly you should ask for copious quantities of. To be honest, I find the chili heat a little overpowering, because I personally feel that the chutney has gotten hold of my palate. I want to taste the vada pav, just the pav and the batata vada. But the chili had to join the party. Nange ondu vada pav, bari batata vada, pav, dry chutney. This is what I want. I just want the pav, the patata vada, and some of that lasun chutney. To be honest, that kempu chutney I found a little spicy. In fact, I can still feel the blistering heat of that chutney on my lip. I guess if you like things spicy, you will certainly enjoy that wet kempu chutney. But if you like your vada pav a little mellow, I suspect this is the way to go. Just the pav, the patata vada, and the lasun chutney inside, and of course the optional chili in case you want a bit more spicy punch. Now you're tasting the flavor of some of the herbs in that batata vada. You're certainly tasting a bit of that green chili heat from the green chili paste that goes into it. Also some coriander and a few other herbs. And you're also tasting the flavor of the garlic in that kempu pudi. I think also what's happening is, as I'm eating more of that pav, it's also cleansing my palate of some of that chili hit that is still stinging my tongue. And of course, if you like things a little more loaded, they also have options with the butter and the cheese. ಈಗ ನಿಮ್ಮದು ಮಾಮೂಲಿಗೆ ಮಾಡ್ತೀರಾ ನೀವು ವಿತ್ ಆನಿಯನ್ಸ್ ಎಲ್ಲ ಮಾಡ್ತೀರಲ್ಲ ಅದು ಒಂದು ಕೊಡಿ. ಇದು ನೀವು ಮಾಮೂಲಿ ಹೀಗೆ ಸರ್ವ್ ಮಾಡೋದು, ಬಟ್ ವಿತ್ ದ ಕೆಂಪು ಚಟ್ನಿ ಆಲ್ಸೋ. The batata vada that's quite hot busy ide. Initially I asked him for the vada pav minus the onions, and he put both the chutneys that he put in. And now that I see the onions in it, it strikes me that perhaps the onions, had I asked for the onions in that first vada pav, it would have reduced a bit of that spicy punch of that kempu chutney. So there's always a reason why things are put together in the manner that they are. And I think out here Kamlesh Gowda has figured that the best companion for his spicy kempu chutney is definitely some onions. That onion, I think, that will also refresh the palate a bit with its pungent freshness. ನಿಮ್ಮದು ಆನಿಯನ್ ಕೆಂಪು ಚಟ್ನಿದು ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಇಫೆಕ್ಟ್ ಕ್ಯಾನ್ಸಲ್ ಮಾಡುತ್ತೆ. ನಾನು ಫಸ್ಟಲ್ಲಿ ಹಾಕಿಲ್ಲ, ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ನನಗೆ ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಖಾರ ಅನಿಸ್ತು. ಸೊ ಈಗ ಒಂದು ಕೆಲಸ ಮಾಡಿ, ಇದರಲ್ಲಿ ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಕೆಂಪು ಚಟ್ನಿ ಹಾಕಿ, ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಹಾಕ್ಬೇಡಿರಿ.
ಇನ್ನು ಬಟರ್ ಹಿಟ್ಟೆಲ್ಲ ಆಡ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ ಅದು ಇನ್ನೂ ಲೆಸ್ ಆಗ್ಬಿಡ್ತದೆ.
ಸರಿ, ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಬಟರ್ ಹಾಕಿ, ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಕೆಂಪು ಚಟ್ನಿ ಕೂಡ ಹಾಕಿ. Well, as I was thinking of the redeeming effects of the onion, I realized perhaps my last vada pav is one where I should fully load it, both with that kempu chutney and also with a bit of the butter. And the butter, in a matter of a few seconds, has already smothered that busy vada pav with its utterly butterly embrace. Enough phraseology, let's get on to that fully loaded vada pav here at Modern Vada Pav, BTM second stage, South Bengaluru. How are you? Good vada pav? Would you like some? Nimge beka vada pav tintira? Taste madidira illinda? Kamal. So they know his name. So I guess the vada pav here. So ella locals alla neighbors alla bartare. Fantastic. On that note, we should taste Kamlesh Gowda's fully loaded vada pav. And now, I think I've got a complete bite of what the Vada Pav experience at this stall is all about. ಜನರಿಗೆ ಎಷ್ಟೇ ಬಟರ್ ಹಾಕೋದು, ನನಗೆ ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಹಾಕಿದ್ದೀರಾ?
ಇನ್ನೂ ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಆಗ್ತೀವಿ ಕಸ್ಟಮರ್ಗೆ.
ಇನ್ನೂ ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಹಾಕ್ತೀರಾ?
ಡಬಲ್ ಆಗ್ತೀವಿ.
I've just taken one bite and the butter has already coated my palate with its lush smother. But Kamlesh says, ನಿಮಗೆ ನಾನು ಕಮ್ಮಿ ಹಾಕಿದ್ದೀನಿ butter. I've put less butter for you. For the customers, I put even more. ಇದು ಸೂಪರ್ ಇದೆ. When you go to a new place, always give yourself time, give your palate time, because you need to discover what that place is all about. And sometimes it's a matter of trial and error. The first vada pav I had, I said no onions, although he would normally put the onions, and it turned out to be a spice bomb because there was no onion to cleanse my palate with its moist, refreshing flavors. The next vada pav I said, let's do it only with the dry chutney, with the garlic chutney. I felt there was something missing in there. And this vada pav, I said, let's have the onions in minus that kempu chutney. But as I was thinking of the redeeming qualities of the onions, I said, why not add all the other actors too into that cast to make for that vada pav the manner in which Kamlesh has envisioned it with the help of his father. Nimdu tande hesaru eno? Mr. Radhakrishna, who worked in Mumbai for many years. And I must tell you, that was the best decision that I could have made here in BTM second stage. That Vada Pav is rewarding me with all its flavors, with all its textures. What I'm biting into is that moist creaminess of the batata vada. You've got all that butter that's smothering it, that's holding on not only to the batata vada, but once you place it in your mouth, that butter is holding on to your palate and you're tasting that lush butteriness. There's a bit of chili heat that now pops up every once in a while, just reminding you of its presence. And then you have that pungent, refreshing crunch of the onions. Bread pakoda ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀರಾ? ಇದಕ್ಕೆ ಎಷ್ಟು?
Normal vada pav 25,
Butter?
butter 35, cheese 35.
So when you come here, my vote goes to the butter vada pav. If you don't like things too spicy, ask him to go a little easy on the chutney.
ब्रेड पकोड़ा एक बना दे।
हाँ
Bread pakoda. Again with the kempu chutney inside, and of course there's also the onion, thankfully. I'm always appreciative of places that don't do too many things, and out here that seems to be the case. He only does a vada pav. Of course, variations of the vada pav. He's got his regular vada pav, which comes with both the chutneys and the onions, and then he of course oomphs it up a bit with the butter and the cheese. And then on weekdays, when he's not too crowded, apparently he also does the bread pakoda. Basically, you've got that batata vada mix that goes into that, smothered in that besan batter, and then deep fried. And then he slits that open, adds a bit more of that kempu chutney, which I think is a secret sauce out here, and also some of the onion. And that's what makes the bread toast. What is it? Bread pakoda. That's what makes the bread pakoda out here. There's a bit more breadiness that you're tasting in this pakoda. And I think the sandwich bread also has a hint of sugar that gets added into it. So you taste it somewhere in its very feeble edge. I like the crunch though of the fried edge of the bread. If you were to ask for my recommendation would be the vada pav that's loaded with everything that Kamlesh Gowda feels makes for a good vada pav, his style. The sort that he picked up from his father who spent many years in Mumbai. The vada pav loaded with both the chutneys, the dry chutney and also that very spicy chutney, which I think is the X factor here, which is what most of the people here seem to throng for. And then of course the onions and a generous dab of the butter. But if like me you don't like things too spicy, ask him to go a little gentle with that chutney, and I think you'll enjoy that vada pav here at Modern Vada Pav Corner in BTM second stage, South Bengaluru. Until the next time, take care, stay safe, stay strong and happy eating. Thank you. Are you from here locally?
Yeah.
Oh, you were upstairs. Oh, what's your name, sir?
Rajkumar.
Mr. Rajkumar. How long have you been here?
Since my birth, Bangalore only.
Oh,
but
okay.
Here, almost 39 years.
Oh, fantastic. Lovely. Nice to meet you, sir.
Yeah, he is very famous in this.
He's very famous here.
Yeah.
Well, when the locals endorse a place, you know that there is something to it. Thank you very much, sir. Nice to meet you. Thank you for coming down. Can I offer you a vada pav?
No, thanks.
ಇಲ್ಲ ಸಾಧ್ಯವೇ ಇಲ್ಲ ಆ ಥರ ಮಾಡಿದರೆ ಅದು ನಾನು ರಿಲೀಸ್ ಮಾಡಲ್ಲ. ಮತ್ತೆ ಬೇರೆ ಇವರಿಗೆ ಸೊ ಇನ್ನೊಂದು ನನಗೆ 2 ಬಟರ್ ವಡಾ ಪಾವ್ ಕೊಡಿ. ಸೊ ಇದು ತಗೊಳ್ಳಿ. Thank you very much. If you'd like to support the work that we do at Food Lovers TV, do consider joining our membership community on YouTube by hitting the join button below or on the home page. You could pledge a nominal sum and receive special privileges like behind the scenes footage, shoot updates, access to live Q&As and a lot more. You could support us on our Patreon page as well. For more info, check out the links in the description below. If you like this video, don't forget to subscribe, like, share and leave a comment below. Happy eating!